You know the complaint, nobody makes cars with a stick anymore. That's because we don't want them. In the US, over 90% of new cars and light trucks are sold with an automatic transmission. From that, you can either infer that that's what we want, or car makers are idiots. I'm going with the former. Worldwide, the numbers are a little more balanced. About a third of gas engine cars around the globe ship with a manual. About 2/3 of diesels. Now, this list isn't for performance car buffs. You know what cars have a clutch. I'm talking today to the everyday driver who needs an everyday car and is curious about getting one with a manual transmission. Here are the top-selling cars of early 2016 that offer one. Number 5 is the 2016 Ford Focus. Focus may be the most manual-rich line of any on our list. You can get the 5 or 6-speed in any of 3 trim levels, and I'm not even mentioning the hot ST and RS upper-end models. Whether you get a 5 or 6, by the way, is geared to whether or not you get a 3 or 4-cylinder engine, but you got a lot of choices. Number 4 is the 16 Nissan Sentra. Now, the downside is to get a manual in a Sentra, you've got to go low rent, the base trim, the S trim car. Getting a little grim there. All the other Sentras come with a CVT, which in and of itself may be enough motivation to learn to drive a stick. Number 3 is the 16 Honda Accord. The Accord's a real oddball on this list. First of all, it's the only car that isn't a little tiny compact. Second of all, it really rubs Camry and Sonata's nose in it because they don't offer a manual in any way, shape, or form. The Accord does on 3 trim levels. Unfortunately, none of them have the V6. Number 2 is the Toyota Corolla. Now, this is interesting because, as you might imagine, the base stripped Corolla offers a manual. Okay, not too interesting. But then they have this sleeper model further up in the line called the S Plus MT. The MT stands for manual transmission. So it's a way to get a still bargain-priced Corolla, but with a little more driver involvement that includes your left leg. Now, before I get you to number 1, here's the real number 1. Ram's big trucks, the 2500 and 3500. These big boys still offer an option for a manual transmission, while Ford Super Duty has long gone all automatics. Now, I don't put these at number 1 because they are so often commercial or business purchases. And by the way, the Ram 1500 that you would likely get for yourself, that is automatic only. The number 1 selling car here in the US that still offers a manual transmission is the Honda Civic, the LX trim, coupe, and sedan. Now, that means you have to get the 2-liter, older technology engine, unfortunately, not the new 1.5-liter turbo motor. That's a bit of a come down. On the other hand, that 2-liter is still IV tech, so you can get ready for it to kick in and use your clutch to modulate it. More Top 5 lists await the car lover. Go to cnetoncars.com, click on Top 5.